Hi, this is Jamie Davis from EMS World Expo 2014. We're here at the Physio Control Podcast Studio, and one of the things I get to do here at part of Medicast.tv is interview some people that are coming from all over the country and bringing a lot of things to bear to help their communities. And this episode's sponsored by Aladtec, and one of the Aladtec customers is here, Battalion Chief Cory Richter. And Cory, thanks for coming on, taking a few minutes out of your busy day walking around and seeing stuff.
Me.
Where is your service? Tell us a little bit about it and what kind of community you're in.
Indian River County is on the about mid-central East Coast in Florida. We cover the whole county except for one small little portion. So we cover about 500 square miles, have 12 stations, 11 ambulances, run about 25,000 EMS calls a year.
Wow.
So we're relatively busy, not the busiest, that's for sure.
That's all right. Now, are they all ALS units or
yes,
mixed
all
service?
11 ALS.
Okay.
And 9 ALS engines.
Okay, so 9 ALS engines in addition to the ALS
out of the 12 engines, 9 of them are engines are ALS plus 11 ALS ambulances.
Excellent, excellent. What do you see in your community as one of the biggest issues for EMS right now, just out of curiosity? You know, something that you guys have been dealing with or looking forward to making some changes with?
Well, probably one of our biggest thing is we could always use more stations. You know, we're busy, and it's tough getting the funding for more stations. You know, we've got some property, but getting the funding, it's not so much the funding for the station, it's the manpower.
Yeah.
You know, getting the manpower. So we're, hopefully we'll slowly but surely, the economy's starting to turn now. And that was a big problem with the downturn in the economy and the real estate. The tax revenue was down for years in Florida and all over America. So, that hit us hard, and we managed to keep the boots in the street, but it hurt us in being able to expand stations and even replacement of capital items, trucks and stuff.
Yeah, so. And you're not alone in that. I hear that from a lot of different stations and organizations out there that are facing the same problems. And it brings us to talking a little bit about Aladtec, because they are, I think some people think, a more affordable solution. And one of the ways is not just the cost of the system itself, but in the fact that it saves so much time. Has that been something that you found when you guys started implementing?
Yes, and I had looked for years at online or scheduling and stuff like that, and I looked at a lot of products. I really did. I did my due diligence as far as that, and I just kept coming back to Aladtec because of a couple things: their customer service. Of course, the cost was a big thing, but that wasn't the only thing. Obviously. If they were the worst, I wouldn't have gone. I didn't go with the low bidder.
You went with the best match for your service.
I think I went with the best match for the cost per dollar per person, kind of thing. And they do everything that we want, that we need out of the system as far as scheduling, allowing people to sign up for overtime, covering all the events other special events we have. Mm-hmm. And everything, and it's now all electronic. Our guys like it. They use the app online on their phone, and they can sign up, take time off, sign up for shift swaps, all of it on their phone.
Yeah. And that's what I hear from a lot of the managers and supervisors that I talk to about Aladtec and the conferences like this is that their people like it.
Yes.
That they get a lot of buy-in automatically from the people on the street, because it's just so easy for them to manipulate and manage their schedules the way they need to.
Yes, we did get. I mean, a lot of our guys at the very first, they're like, a new system. It was almost immediate. They really liked it. Management-wise, we like it because it tracks things better than we were tracking before. All the trades that the guys do, time off, everything was tracked a little better. We can regulate who they work for a little better. It's a simple. The system either lets them or it doesn't.
Yeah.
And we had a few slip through the old system that we had, the paper system. We went from paper to this, and it was really night and day. And this system has just worked really well for us. It's done, everything that we wanted, and some of the things that it didn't, they've added, or they're working to add. They just added a new forum section, which is really...
How's that work for you?
I can tell you, they added that, and it was shortly after they added it. I was on one of the beta, looking at it before they rolled it out to everybody. And I knew that was going to be huge for us. And I'm working on getting all our forms, check-off sheets, truck check-offs, electronic now, get them in there. So that's about the only thing that we don't have electronic right now. We have a paper trail for that. And I can tell you there was a good story. My chief needed to track. Every August we do training. We do our promotional testing, and our guys go out and flow a lot of water. Well, utilities was after us for how much water do we flow when we do this, and so we created this form. My chief goes, "How do we get this out to everybody where everybody has access? They can fill this out, and we can keep track of all this." And I said, "Well, just tell me what you want." 30 minutes later, I go back. I said, "Here it is."
That's simple.
And I said, "You ready to roll it out?" He goes, "Yeah." How long will it take? I said, "I'll be back in 5 minutes." I checked the boxes to who I wanted it to go out to.
Wow.
And my guys, it was instantaneous. Within an hour, 2 hours of being asked to do it, it was out to all the guys. You can't, and that's invaluable.
And you were able to then collect that data?
We collected all the data for all the water that we had flowed for the last 2 months, and now they do it on a regular basis. And I'm slowly but surely adding our other checkoff sheets for the ambulance, the engines, and brush trucks and stuff, and making it all electronic so that we're eliminating paper altogether as far as that.
Plus, you're increasing accountability.
Yes.
Because you're not having those papers falling through the cracks where, did you check the ambulance? Yeah, I did. Well, you must have lost the paper. Now that's going right into the system. You know that they checked off the ambulance, or at least they were supposed to, and they said they did it. So if something wasn't right, you can come back and say, we need to fix this.
Yes, and that's exactly right. Now we have accountability for it. Before, if that paper got misplaced, I mean, it was, okay, who do we go after,
Right.
And if we go back to them, what are they going to do? They'll pencil whip it, because how are they going to remember what was last week or something?
Right.
And now it's all documented, time-stamped. We know exactly who filled it out. It does make the accountability a lot better. Our guys like it too, because now they don't have paper. They have tablets anyway for their run report, and they've got internet out in the truck, so it's already connected, to the internet. So all it is just logging in, and they're good to go. They fill out the form, and they're done. No paper, nothing for them to do. They submit it at the end, and it's done. It's that simple, and then we can pull reports from that whenever we want to go back and look at, anything for any truck along the line. So that's one of the neat features of the system.
That's great. Well, we want to thank you for taking some time. I don't want to hold you any longer. I know there's some other stuff you want to see here at the show. There's so much to see.
Yeah, there is.
Is there anything that's leapt out at you that you thought was just spectacular?
I like the vendor section here, actually. That's where I get the most out of these things. The classes are very good. I have attended a few of the classes and stuff this morning, and they're definitely top-rated classes. This is probably one of the biggest and best shows for EMS, probably in the world. Certainly in the United States, for sure, in the North America area, and it's just, the interaction with the vendors is invaluable to be able to get face-to-face.
There's so many cool things in here, so I'll let you
They really are,
get
and
away.
I'm learning a lot, finding some new stuff that I'll take back and stuff, so I should have brought another suitcase to take stuff back. But
I know how that is. I feel the same way. Well, Cory, thanks for coming on. And again, we want to thank Aladtec and Aladtec.com. Head over and check it out. You can get a free demo, try it out, see what works for your service. Really give it a shot and talk to them. Their customer service is amazing, and you can try out the new forms feature for yourself. So without further ado, I'll remind you, you can find more segments like this over at mediccast.tv, and follow all of our shows and all of our coverage here at the Physio Control Podcast Studio over at ProMedNetwork.com. I'm Jamie Davis, the Podmedic, reminding all of you to remember, scene safety, BSI.